Is your guilty pleasure Chappell Roan or Jojo Siwa? Hey babes, it's Tula Top Music Box and welcome back to the channel. So I wasn't gonna make this reaction, to be honest, but I thought about how much I love the song Guilty Pleasure by Chappell Roan, and then it got me thinking, you know, as a lesbian, I was like, why don't I react to Jojo Siwa's Guilty Pleasure and we compare Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure to Jojo Siwa's Guilty Pleasure? This might be a scary video. I know there's a lot of controversy behind Jojo Siwa and her starting this music career, but you know, she did say she's trying to invent queer pop.
I want to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. And they were like,
Ma'am, Fletcher, Haley Kayoko, Claro. I just thought this would be fun and lighthearted video. Did fall into the internet addiction when Karma dropped. I did stream the song and I did listen to it, and you know, Karma's a bitch, but it's not the equivalent of My Kink is Karma per se by Chappell Roan, but Karma is a bitch. I really am so addicted to Chappell Roan. I think if you're LGBT at this moment in time, you are so up Chappell Roan's ass right now. Like, you are streaming The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. You are streaming Good Luck Babe. Even the straights are streaming Good Luck Babe and they don't even know what it's about. That's the impact that Chappell Roan is having right now in the music industry. On the reverse, also someone who maybe isn't having an impact on the music industry per se, but who is having an impact on pop culture right now is Jojo Siwa. I mean, just a few years ago, you know, she came out as, I'm not sure exactly what she came out as, if she's come out as lesbian or pansexual or just queer. I have seen different videos where she kind of uses different labels, so I'm not sure. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not really sure what Jojo Siwa identifies as, but Jojo Siwa has had such an impact on pop culture, and I'm not necessarily saying it's positive, the impact that she's left, but nonetheless she's had an impact, and people were clicking. People were wanting to find out what's going on, what happened to the dance moms, and what is this Guilty Pleasure video about to be? We are going to react to the Guilty Pleasure music video by Jojo Siwa, and then we're going to compare Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure to Jojo Siwa's. Who do we think is going to be better? I have a feeling we know who. We're going to do this respectfully, y'all. I don't want to see any like super mean comments or anything. Basically, if you haven't heard Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure, you might be straight, but here's a few clips of that song for you. Basically, we're going to find out what Jojo Siwa's Guilty Pleasure today is on this video, and we're going to compare the two tracks to each other. I just think it's really interesting how we have My Kink is Karma, and then we have Karma from Jojo Siwa, and then we have Guilty Pleasure from, you know, Chappell Roan, and then we're having Guilty Pleasure from Jojo Siwa. I'm not saying it's intentional, but I am saying it's weird. Does anyone else agree? Does anyone else agree? Let me know down below. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's watch this Jojo Siwa Guilty Pleasure music video. I am a little frightened, mainly because like I wish that, you know, as a lesbian, I want to support other gays, but I don't necessarily know how I feel about this new era of Jojo Siwa. I liked her Dance Mom era. I even liked when she first came out and seemed like she was being a really positive influence, but lately I haven't been liking this new image. So I'm interested to see this music video. I'm not gonna lie, I have dabbled and looked at a little of the comments and it's not looking good. So anyways, let's listen to the song and see if this lives up to Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure. Let's go. So nervous to click play, y'all. I just don't know what I'm about to see. Alright, let's do it. Wait, Guilty Pleasure House. Oh my god. Jojo, are we at like some kind of lesbian brothel? Honestly frightened. Jojo, what are we about to do in this pleasure house? I'm genuinely so concerned. Oh god. Okay, we're all throwing our money at Jojo. Holy shit, hundreds. $100 bills. What happened to ones? My god. It looks like she's in a glass cage right now. It's kind of giving Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus, which I know Miley's one of her inspirations as well.
Don't lie to me like you don't like this. I know you see your eyes.
The bow was pretty. What the hell is going on? I know you like this. It's a super bold way to start.
Please, why you trying to fight it? Don't be
Does she have teddy bears on her titties?
I don't know. I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
I'm going back to the bow because I just wanted to appreciate the pretty bow for a moment. The costume choices are interesting as well. Like, I know David Bowie's also one of her inspirations, but the music's just different, you know? The vibes are just different, if you know what I'm saying. The bow is cute though. But is it guilty pleasure bow? Is it pleasure house? Why are we bringing a bow into the pleasure house? Now I'm concerned. I don't know how much I should analyze this music video.
Why you trying to fight
She really has teddy bears on her
Don't be a
titties.
dick. Come move in my direction.
Was that Charlie D'Amelio or Dixie D'Amelio, or is that just a look-alike? Hold the fuck up.
Come move in my
Oh my god, I'm trying to pause it.
direction. Come move
I'm not too much on like straight TikTok, but is that Dixie or Charlie D'Amelio? Or do they just kind of look like them? Okay, interesting.
in my direction. I'll make your dreams come to life.
I'll make your dreams come to life. Ugh. There's just something about the crotch shot that I just can't get behind. I'm here for LGBT bops. I'm here for LGBTQ music. And you know, anybody can reinvent themselves and do something different. I'm here for that. But crotch shots with teddy bears dancing in the room, and we have teddy bears on our titties and head, I don't know if I can get behind that. She knows what she's doing though. I mean, she's driving clicks, clearly, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan.
I'm your guilty pleasure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On a pussy hole.
I'm so concerned. Oh my god. I did not like that. I'm not gonna go back and replay that. There's nothing wrong with sexual LGBTQ music. The thing is that I don't know if I can get behind this type of LGBTQ sexual music. Like Fletcher, for example, is a great example of someone who is like has very sexually charged lyrics. But even her music videos, they're hot. They're just like, you know, they're just tasteful, but I don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to be nice and positive. Also, I'm your guilty pleasure. You know, we have Chappell Roan, you give me guilty pleasure, which was such a clever play on the phrase guilty pleasure. You give me that pleasure that's guilty, because I know I shouldn't be hooking up with you. But then we have Jojo Siwa, who is I'm your guilty pleasure. I don't know if I would put it like that.
I'm your guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure.
I mean, the choreo is not bad, right? I feel like I can say that. I don't know much about dancing. I can't do that, so respect to the choreo.
Leave it or take it. Make it move.
So now we're in our work from home area that we're taking from Fifth Harmony, obviously. Okay, interesting. I mean, this is so work from home. Coded.
Cause I'm sick of waiting. Get at your mood.
That's the sound of the police.
We don't need to see it. I feel like that's the thing with like other sexual LGBT music. Like Chappell Roan it's so sexual. Like you literally give me guilty pleasure, and she's like moaning on the track, but it's just different. Like you don't have to like finger the camera. Like we know. Do y'all know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm just like out of the box here, but we don't need to see it. Like okay.
You stop denying all this tension. Come move in my direction. And when they ask you,
the head beats, the choreo's interesting. Oh my god, why are we on the ground like that? Oh my god, why is she staring at me like that? This is a different music video than the Fifth Harmony work from home. Let me go back. Did y'all see how she smacked that person around though? I mean, look at this.
come to life. And when I'm your guilty pleasure. That's right. I'm your guilty pleasure.
Okay, I feel like, I don't know if she's like saying this in her music videos, but she is taking so many pop culture moments from other people. I don't know if she's trying to do that on purpose to get like talked about. It's working, I guess, because I'm talking about it, but she literally licked the hammer. That's so bangers Miley Cyrus. I just hope she's not gonna try to claim that she's doing it. Like, these are definitely like direct influences from other pop artists. So I just have to say, the drill is just interesting. It's just such an aggressive, that's another thing, like, it's, any sapphic bitch knows that it's like sensual what we're doing, but this is giving aggression, like this drilling. And even if like people have more of those type of taste, it's just weird in the music video. Like, I don't know how I feel.
Mine go filthy, and that's what makes you guilty. Make your dreams come to life.
So we're a dark angel. Don't call me angel, you ain't got me right. You know, Sabrina Carpenter had her moment. She had her moment where she was, you know, in the Catholic Church. I feel like a feather so much better. Like, she was getting it. Jesus was a carpenter. But is this?
Guilty pleasure.
There is so much to unpack here that I don't think I can unpack it all. Like, truly. We had so many... I feel like I was gonna try to focus this video on Chappell Roan because, like I said, Karma, My King is Karma, Guilty Pleasure, literally Guilty Pleasure, both Chappell Roan tracks. But there's literally so many influences from other people too. I'm just kind of surprised at how many direct influences we're taking. And you know, I know she talks about in her work, JoJo, how she's like trying, you know, she is inspired by all these other people. But that's the thing, like, about any artist, whether they're queer or not, what really makes them stand out as musicians or as artists is that they are unique and they bring something different to the table that other people haven't done before. And this kind of just looked like a lot of different copy and paste of like other things that I've seen already. Like, Chappell Roan has brought this new freaking camp, like, queer music to the mainstream, and it's working. It's just so different. It's so fun and campy, and we just love it. Like, Fletcher brings her like raw, vulnerable, like toxic ass songs that we love. You know, Miley, you know, she had her whole moment with her bangers and where she was just, you know, swinging on the wrecking ball, licking the hammers. Work from Home, Fifth Harmony, that was iconic. Who knew a couple years later we were gonna literally be working from home because of the COVID pandemic? Like, my god. JoJo wants to stand out as an artist. I feel like she needs to do like more unique things because it just felt like a bunch of things that were thrown into the music video that other people have already done, and it didn't feel like a guilty pleasure. I didn't really like the song. I have no problem with like confident women, you know, taking charge of music and like owning their narrative and being confident in themselves, but the visuals, especially too, paired with the song, are just like hard to get through, and it's just very different than Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure. Let's get into some of the things in Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure in case you don't know, because it's just so different from Jojo Siwa's. Main theme of Jojo Siwa's is that she's the guilty pleasure, you know, whether it's this relationship or all these girls or us tuning in as an audience, like, she's our guilty pleasure, and, you know, we're clicking and watching on her videos, which I wouldn't say it's a guilty pleasure for me. I would just say, like, everyone's talking about it, so I did want to click on it and watch it, but I wouldn't say like I'm thinking about it in a guilty pleasure type way. Then there's Chappell Roan, whose song Guilty Pleasure is about being pleasured and it being guilty because, you know, we're hooking up with someone who it just hasn't worked out with countless times, and it's just been kind of a toxic roller coaster of a relationship, or a casual situationship, if you want to say. And, you know, but it's our guilty pleasure. We just go back because we want to get off and have that guilty pleasure. Two definitely total concepts for a song. If you prefer Guilty Pleasure Jojo Siwa, like, to each their own, but I think Guilty Pleasure Chappell Roan stands for itself. I think it's just a really more profound song. The lyrics are undeniably, like, so beautifully crafted, and literally the concept of guilty pleasure and just making it into a different meaning and being so creative with the songwriting like that and the storytelling was just like phenomenal. I mean, it just stands out on its own to me lyrically. And even Chappell in her Guilty Pleasure song, you know, she says, shame on me and shame on you. I fantasize what we do and how would it taste and the way you move. Some good girls do bad things too. You know, in JoJo's Karma, I was a bad girl. And in JoJo Siwa's Guilty Pleasure, it's just like glorifying herself. Whereas in Chappell Roan's, it's like she knows, you know, there's literally shame. She's like, fuck, I shouldn't be doing this again. Like, this is so bad for me, you know? But I just like this Guilty Pleasure and I'm enjoying it. And I can't help myself, you know? It's a lot more like human. Whereas like Guilty Pleasure by JoJo Siwa, I feel like a lot of people aren't feeling that way about themselves. I mean, maybe you are, like I said, to each their own, but I'm not feeling that way about myself. I'm not like I'm people's guilty pleasure. Like, that would not be the narrative that I would run with. Definitely different there. Productionally, I mean, Guilty Pleasure is so iconic. It's like the end rolling credits to a movie. Versus JoJo, I feel like the song kind of just sounds, you know, it kind of sounds like a song that somebody would make. You know, like a TikTok song. Nothing wrong with those or anything, but that's kind of just like what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like worked with like producers like Dan Nigro, like, you know, Max Martin, that type of level producer. Interesting that Meghan Trainor has writing credits on this. She's such a commercial artist. Like, Chappell Roan has clearly like defined her name in the music industry. She is a artist. I think with JoJo Siwa, she is an influencer. It's gonna be hard for her to establish a music career. Another thing I didn't touch on in the video is how circus inspired this music video was. Well, like Britney Spears circus. I mean, there's so many influences I could see from other artists, and that's the thing. Like, she has to be more original. The originality in Chappell Roan's Guilty Pleasure versus JoJo's, it's drastic. So my take on this is that my Guilty Pleasure is Chappell Roan and not JoJo Siwa. Am I surprised? No. Let me know if y'all like this type of video comparing like two artists that have the same song and what y'all think. I mean, I think the direct inspirations for song titles in some of these tracks are crazy. Even Ava Max has a song called Choose Your Fighter, I believe. So it's just interesting to see like some of these titles on this EP that I'm looking at. Definitely other artists have these titles, and so let me know what y'all think down below. Who is your guilty pleasure? Is it JoJo Siwa or is it Chappell Roan? Let me know down below. I would love to hear y'all thoughts and opinions on JoJo's music. Respectfully, of course. Like, please no super mean comments or anything like that. Just like what you think about the music and, you know, how it makes you feel. I strive to keep a positive environment in the comments and positive vibes on the channel, even if I don't really care for the music that I've listened to. So respectful in the comments, please. And if you made it to the end, as always, you're beautiful and sexy. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, y'all. Please subscribe. Like, 80% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so please subscribe. It would help out the channel so much. And also, please like this video. If you like videos like this, let me know. There's so many songs, especially nowadays, that are being made that have the same titles as like older bops, and I would love to like compare the two and just kind of see like the stark differences in both the tracks. And yeah, y'all, that's gonna be it for today, but I hope that y'all have a lovely day or a beautiful night, and I'll see y'all next time on the channel with some new videos. Later, babes.